my name is Alyssa Dalton. I play softball here at the University of Louisiana Lafayette. I was born in Houston, Texas, and went to high school at Cy-Fair. And then my freshman year, I went to college at the University of Oklahoma and then transferred here to UL.
I'm Alonzo Brown from McGee, Mississippi. Played at McGee High School. I'm currently on the football team, and I'm a redshirt junior.
Hi, my name is Julia Pash. I'm a senior volleyball player, student athlete at UL. And I started playing volleyball whenever I was 13. And whenever I started playing high school, I decided either I'm gonna quit or I'm gonna go all the way and just go for it and be D1. So I continued to play competitively. And then whenever Coach Heather, the volleyball coach here at UL, recruited me, I was like, well, this is it. UL has a great chemical engineering program, and I really thought that I could excel in the volleyball program, so I thought it'd be the perfect school for me. And I'm originally from Houston, so it's not too far of a drive. So yeah, it ended up working out perfectly.
I'm Leroy Franklin. I'm from Richmond, Texas, just right outside of Houston. I went to George Ranch High School, graduated class of 2016, and I play wide receiver.
In high school, I never really had to do any homework or studying, and it was just kind of show up and do your thing. But in college, you actually have to take your stuff seriously and get everything done on time, as well as managing your time, because they are paying for your academics, so you have to take it seriously because you are an investment here.
My biggest transition from high school to college, first of all, was the first month I reported, I tore my Achilles. So I had to adapt in a major way. In the second year, I tore my ACL, so it was back-to-back major injuries that I had to go through. But overall, I mean, I've learned to adapt in many different ways, not just because of the injuries, but also because of the people around me that have helped me, encouraged me, and also the most important thing to me in life is my faith, and that's really about it.
So playing volleyball in high school, that was very laid back. My team was good, but practices were nothing like they are here. They're probably half the time. However, club volleyball was more similar to collegiate volleyball. The main difference is probably growing old, and so your body definitely starts to feel it as soon as you get to school here. But I'd have to say the workouts are definitely more intense. You have to eat a certain way in order to perform a certain way, and everything's pretty much the same except just at a different level. I mean, and I would say especially workouts, because I used to work out on my own, and now having to do it as a team activity, it's intense.
I'd say the biggest difference between high school athletics and college athletics is definitely the time. You got to put in a lot of time for college athletics, especially at the Division I level, that you just really don't put in high school.
Negative experiences would be being away from home and not being around my parents, because my family's been everything to me, and so when they're not there, when something happens, I just want to go see them. But positively, it's really made me step out of my comfort zone and realize who I am and make lifelong friends along the way.
Some positive things. First of all, being a part of a team is a big deal for me, man, because you're given opportunity to impact so many different people with different attitudes, different beliefs, but at the end of the day, we all should have one vision and one goal. And a negative part of that could be just people having different beliefs and trying to go different ways. But when you get a team and when you're a part of a team that's going in one direction and believing in the same thing, it's, in my opinion, is very powerful.
So when I first showed up here, I actually had a bag of costumes because I thought I'd be attending a lot of themed events. However, I soon found out that I would be attending very little events due to my time management with school and volleyball, and so I'd have to say that was one of the biggest sacrifices I had to learn. And not only that, I have to sacrifice time for school now too, but being a student athlete, I make sure that sophomore year I actually learned this. I have to make sure that I put school as my number one priority, because there's scheduled events for volleyball, so you have to show up for those, but for school you have to do it on your own. So you have to force yourself to show up if you want to be successful in the classroom and on the court.
For positives and negatives, positives is definitely, especially playing at this level, you're playing in front of the biggest crowds on the biggest stages. You're just at a higher standard than normal college students are, and it's a great feeling, especially when you're playing at this level. But some of the negative effects of it is definitely learning how to manage your time with classes, because you got to remember you're still a student athlete, not just an athlete at the university. So learning to manage your time to still handle your academics is definitely probably the hardest thing to deal with while being a student athlete.
Would you consider it as a job, you think, sometimes?
Honestly, yes. The amount of hours that we put in through practice, weights, film, actual game day, recovery, all that, I honestly would consider it being a job.
The issues of being a college athlete would probably be the time, because you're taking the same classes as everybody else, has the same workload as everybody else, but you're doing twice the hours. And for me personally, I had a job last year, so I had a job, I had softball, and I had school, so that's probably an issue. But the benefits are that you get to travel, you get to meet the community better, and you get to literally live your dream at a D1 university.
One major benefit of coming to college, I was given the opportunity to take a full scholarship, so I thank God for that, and that's a major blessing for me. That it not only helps me, but it also helps my fam, and it not only helps my fam, and it not only helps me, but it also encourages my little brothers who I know look up to me, so I try my best to set a good example for them. And some more benefits, as I mentioned in the previous clip, is just being a part of a team, being a part of a family away from your family. So those are just a few benefits.
Being a student athlete in college, there's a lot of resources and tools that are out there to help you, whether it's your athletic advisor or just the tutoring center. And definitely, I haven't used it as much this year, but freshman and sophomore year, I was in there requesting a tutor every day, because even if I didn't need help at the time, I know that if I had a scheduled time to meet with a tutor, it would force me to study and really stay on top of things. And so that's not something that every student gets right at their fingertips, and so we're really blessed as student athletes to be able to get that. And then also nutrition and food, I'd have to say that's a huge plus, because leaving your house and your mom's not cooking for you anymore, you have to do everything on your own. But being in this program, they really help you out a lot with that. And some downfalls, I'd have to say, is definitely time management isn't a downfall, but the way you have to manage your time, it's more of an adult schedule than a college student schedule. So it's really just sacrificing and knowing what's important to you.
As far as, I'll go benefits first. One thing in the professional workspace that I've definitely heard a lot of employers are concerned with is people don't know how to socially work with other people. They don't know how to interact in groups and teams. And especially playing a team sport like football, that is one of the greatest tools that you learn that you can apply to real life. Not just football, because not everybody's going to the NFL. You also learn really valuable leadership skills. It's hard to be on a football team at this level and just never say anything and be quiet. You have to be able to speak for yourself when the time is necessary. And they said it was disadvantages to also, I would say disadvantages to it besides time. I've talked about time as a major issue, but this is a serious level of athletics, and it takes a real strain on your body, and it is really hard to maintain where you're at physically, to not let little nicks and bruises become major injuries that's going to keep affecting you down the road, especially when your athletic career is over. You don't want to have a bum knee that's going to be killing you in 30 years. So being able to learn how to take care of your body is probably something that could have a negative effect if you're not on top of it.
Beyond college, I want to continue my softball career. Preferably, I would like to go to the Olympics for 2020 or 2024. But if that doesn't work out, then playing at the professional level is always a goal. And if not, then I hope to give my experience to girls by coaching them and also being a first grade teacher.
Other than taking it day by day is what I try my best to do. Looking forward, ahead of what's next. First of all, I want to help people. Whatever I get into, job wise or profession wise, I want to help people because that's the most important thing to me most. Other than God is just making an impact on somebody, making them smile.
Well, as of now, I'm studying chemical engineering. And so many of you guys would think, oh, she's gonna go into industry. She's gonna do something with chemicals or processing. Well, I'm not for sure. My dream job would be a very successful Zumba teacher. But honestly, I don't know what I want to do. I'm from Houston, so it's a huge oil center, so I could just go into industry and be completely happy with being successful and doing what I need to do. Or honestly, those are my plans right now. I'm just gonna see where life takes me, and I'm gonna get an internship hopefully this summer and see what I'm interested in. But as of now, I'm just planning on being happy.
Well, if the NFL is the opportunity that's given to me, I'm definitely taking that. But right now, I'm getting my degree in industrial technology. I have a minor in business, and I plan to come back to get a master's in business with a focus on project management. I want to go back to Houston, where the engineering field is absolutely huge, and become a project manager for a good engineering firm.
First-time freshman, I would say just work on time management and really know how to balance your social life, your school life, and if you're an athlete, your athletic life, because it is college and there are temptations and there's going to be fun, but then there's also going to have to be times where you have to get to work, and instead of going out, you have to go do homework. So for that, I would just say put yourself out there, but at the same time, keep a balance of what you can handle and just figure out yourself and know what your limits are.
For the incoming freshmen, first of all, I believe that you should have something to fall back on because you never know what can happen in life. Like in my scenario, as I mentioned, the injuries. I didn't expect it when I first got here, but it was something that I had to go through and I had to deal with. But to this day, it has made me a better and stronger person. And come in humble, man. Come in willing to learn because learning is a lifetime, man. We learn daily. And once you get to that point where you feel like you know it all, that's where the downfall comes. Pride comes before the fall. So come in humble and willing to work daily.
High school may have been easy or hard for you, but for those of you who thought it was easy, you may have one more semester of it being like high school and college, which is what I did. I retook all my senior courses my freshman year, and then once sophomore year hit, I actually had new curriculum and material, and I didn't know how to study, and I didn't want to study. And so that semester really hit me hard. So really don't think you have it all together. It may seem easy at first, but you need to really learn how to study before it gets hard. So really buckle down and try to just get everything in order before your classes actually get difficult.
Humble. I will tell you that is one of the most crucial things that you could be humble. Don't let your ego make you think that you're coming to a university and you're just gonna dominate everything. Even if you are that dude as a player and you can really perform on the field, be humble and learn from the people who have been here for a while, because there's always something you can learn. And if you're really serious about your sport, you always want to better your game. You always want to get better. So be open to what people around you have been through, what they've experienced. Even if you're a great player, there are things that you might not know simply because you haven't experienced it, but other people have. So don't make mistakes off of other people. If they've already done it, why would you make the same mistake? So be humble, keep your mind open to what other people around you have already been through.